guys, welcome back to the channel. And before we jump into the video, go on ahead while you're here and press subscribe, especially if you're a returning viewer. I very much so do appreciate that. So first things first, to get things started, I did want to come at you guys with some of my predictions, forecasting, I would say the beginning of this year, touching down with the finale like June or July. So here's where some of these things could take place. But don't shoot the messenger if it just so happens to take place after the fact as well. So starting with number one, which I do believe is already out there in the atmosphere surrounding these social media streets and personal conversations amongst your friends, amongst your family. But number one is going to be the fact that there will be a social media detox that will take place, and the conversations will bring back substance that is healthy and positive, but it won't last long, and that's due to the current state of society and how everyone has a short attention span. So surrounding topics of self-improvement and self-love, and also sharing that with other people, creating some type of reciprocal give and take exchange with your friends and your partners and your family members, that will be in talks and that will be on the table while certain people are taking a detox on social media. But that won't be everyone, because again, we're just very easily distracted. The conversations involving substance and involving growth and maturity, they just won't last long. So you may hear about dudes starting a podcast talking about how to be a better man, or women talking about how to be a better woman, or even Christians. You might see them hopping on a podcast and being all holy and religious, but it won't last long. It won't. And that's due to people not being genuine and just talking out of the side of their ass. Some people are embarking on a new journey, while others are just mimicking from the sidelines and doing a whole bunch of spiritual bypassing. And if you know what that is, it's very toxic and it's very dangerous. And it's something that covert narcissists tend to get away with, because these are the type of people to pretend that everything is sparkles and rainbows and everything is good, but deep down, these people don't have your best interest at heart, and they're only projecting positive affirmations because it's popular. So take that into account and be very, very cautious of what content you're digesting this year, because there's going to be a lot of flukes out there, a lot of con artists, and a lot of perpetrators, and that's something to be aware of. That detox is going to happen. So for number two, my prediction is that Lizzo is going to get some type of lipo, but she's not going to talk about it. Lizzo is going to go through with that operation. And this is all alleged, this is all speculation, so take it with a grain of salt. But it is due to her losing that momentum and her, debuting so far after the initial release from her first single, which was way, way back in like 2016. Lizzo technically is not a new artist, and with her coming out and trying to sustain herself, it can only work through the gimmicks for so long. The label is definitely pressuring her to go into some surgeon's office and get on the operating table and come back with a brand new makeover, so that Lizzo can regenerate some type of buzz and regenerate some type of attention, because her career right now is, imagine a heart monitor. It's not at the peak that it used to be. It's kind of in that reality show peak where like Krishan Rock, Blueface, all of those other celebs are. And Lizzo is a singer and she has a beautiful voice, and she needs to showcase that. She really does. So coming back different and more glamorous will allow her to keep the eyes on her, but there is a potential that her voice may not sound the same, and that's due to, losing the weight and things like that. And it is alleged that bigger people have better vocals due to, them having thicker vocal cords that are more supported better than someone who is more thinner and very slim. But, that could just be alleged. That could just be a rumor. But if she does come back sounding different, it could be from the operation. And also, this is going to piss off all of her big fans, the ones who are naturally big and learned to embrace that through self-love and all of that stuff. They're going to be very, very upset once they find out. If they find out, there's a possibility that they won't. just because some of those doctors out there in Beverly Hills or in Miami or even overseas are just really, really good. And these people have connections to the best doctors. So it's not something that's going to be super noticeable. It's just going to happen over time. So coming in at number 3 on my predictions list is that the Carters will be exposed, and I am talking about y'all favorite people, specifically pointing at Jay-Z and Beyonce. They will get exposed, but since they're so rich and they're well liked, some blogs are going to be very conflicted about releasing some of the rumors that are very dark and that are very disturbing about them. And since they're so rich, they're able to go broke, literally paying off some of these rumors, paying off some of the blackmail that's going to be forecasted onto them. So the same shit that's happening to Kanye, very much so, is going to take place with one of them. It may not be both of them together, but it could be one, Beyonce or Jay-Z. One of them is going to go through a really big scandal that they're already prepared to deal with, but at the end of the day, they think they cannot do any wrong because these people do believe that they're gods and everything like that. And then you also have their fans who think they can't do anything wrong because their fans idolize them like they literally can walk on water or something like that. So just be on the lookout if you see some rumors coming out about one of them, especially individually. It definitely can take place this year. And this really has to do with the astrological calendar and how things are going to be playing out with the transits. So if you guys are into that, definitely take a look at the astrological calendar this year because there is a lot of bluntness and honesty in the air that is literally like a pressure on so many people's shoulders, especially the ones who are hiding a lot of shit. Yeah, this honest big pressure bubble is going to pop and it's going to spill over and bring a lot of darkness to the light. And those dark individuals who aren't prepared for that are trying to prepare, but the universe is gonna kick their ass. That karmic energy is coming. Now, for number 4 on my list with my predictions, I have that one of the rap hip hop girls will be sacrificed. And take that however you will, but it's going to happen so the playing field can be evened out. And it may not happen in the first chunk of the year. It possibly may take place within, some of those primal dark positions of the year, so Scorpio season or even after that. And it also has to deal with the fact that the playing field for the hip hop girls within that space, within that circle, it's very unbalanced. The new girls aren't able to sustain themselves. They aren't able to pop because there's some old veterans in the way. And I'm not going to say any names, but it's definitely something that is going to take place. And correct me in the future if I'm wrong. But it's going to happen to send a message out there to some of these chicks that they need to hop off of their high horse and get into the booth and start working because, they've been transformed, you guys, but now it's time for you to give back what you were given. So that energy is very prevalent amongst that sector within hip hop. It's for sure prevalent amongst that circle, and it's something that's actively being talked about. These label execs, they want their money back, and these hip hop girls have gotten a little too comfortable, a little too stagnant. And if you know, they're gonna have to get with the program. So it's either get with the program or get booted. And when you get booted, if you know some things, you're gonna get dropped. And again, I have to remind you guys that this is all alleged. This is all speculation. So I am just talking through spirit. I am just talking through my spiritual predictions for the first chunk of this year. Now, I am going to come at you guys with another continuum of this video, probably after June, after July, after the summer seasons, somewhere around that time where we'll be able to regroup and discuss and reflect on some of the things that was mentioned in today's video. So if you guys enjoyed this video, definitely feel free to subscribe. Also press like as well, and check out some of the other videos on my channel. We are currently going through the astrological wheel. We're in the house of Gemini, so if you're a Gemini, shout out to you, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.